Billy and Seth, you guys robbed every scene last night and stole every scene last night. It was completely hilarious. I couldn't hear a lot of your dialogue because people were laughing over it. So I just kind of have to ask you guys, how much was you and how much did y'all just pull out as you were going through it?
You want to start?
Yeah, okay, I'll start.
Okay, great.
Okay, it was a lot of improvisation, right,
Yeah.
Billy? Yeah,
Yes.
It was what was so nice, and we were actually together every time that we recorded, which is a very rare gift to have as a someone who's trying to be funny in an animated film, of which I've done a lot, and you're often just alone in there, and I think you can really tell that we're playing off of each other. It's incredibly naturalistic feeling. And they really captured Billy. Like, that is what is amazing, is like, I would say, like he essentially played himself on a TV show for years, and this character is more Billy than that character somehow, which is, it's like endlessly, it's remarkable to me how, like, his character specifically makes me laugh so hard.
They made me, I wish I was as cute in real life as I am in the movie. Like, the Timon they designed is so adorable, and I think the juxtaposition of my personality in that little Timon body really works. And I agree with everything that Seth was saying. I can't imagine now looking back not being in the room together.
No.
Because
it would be like this.
It's fine. I deserve it. It's cool.
A little harder to have a great rapport.
Yeah. But being able to riff off each other and really discover our chemistry together in the same moment. You can feel it when you're watching the movie. I had not seen the finished movie until last night, and I was shocked by how much of the riffing actually ended up in the movie. And I think it works, and I think it feels very unique to other movies in this genre.
John saw what Lebo and I did. There came a point in my life where somebody said to me, you can't hide behind a screen for the rest of your life. You got to go out and look people in the eye. And we ended up dragging an orchestra and a choir out to Coachella and doing Lion King live. And there was an energy about doing it as a performance and doing it live in that way that moved John, and actually, to be really honest, it moved me too, because it was great seeing all these amazing musicians really playing it as a piece, as music, as opposed to, we got to do it, we have to be specific about a film cue. So I said to John, why don't we do it like this? Why don't we get all the greatest players, get my band, get the greatest players in the world, make a new orchestra here in Los Angeles, rehearse them for 2 days, and then really make it as if it was a concert. And we invited all the filmmakers that never get to come to the scoring sessions, the DP and the editors and everybody. Got them into the room, sat them in front of the orchestra, so the orchestra knew there was a bit of, they had to live up to something here. And we just went for it. But I mean, one of the things, if you want to talk about nuance, the nuance comes from the very, very, very beginning, and the very first idea, which was, I wanted to make a Disney movie that started off with a voice from Africa and the black. And that is really my friend Lebo M here. That something shifted, that everything shifted over into this continent. And with this voice, I would invite you on a journey. That's all I was trying to do. Just, come along and feel this other continent. And don't ever forget this continent. Everybody who played in the orchestra, and it's a very special orchestra, knew the movie. So every note was played with intention. Every note was played with commitment. And I think that ultimately helps, everybody. It's not just people reading things off a piece of paper. They knew the material. And the rest, John's a really good director, but there's one thing that he keeps bringing to the party, constantly bringing, which is this man has a huge heart, and that huge heart constantly resonates within the music. And I think I think not just the intellectual John who's able to pull amazing things out of technology, but the emotional John brings so much to this score. And I mean, really, honestly, I thank him for letting me loose, letting us loose.
One of the things I noticed watching it last night was the authenticity of it, from everything from Dr. Connie, when Rafiki speaking Xhosa, like that was just such an amazing touch, I think. And when I look on the stage, we have Black people from across the diaspora. We have Black British, and Florence is from Germany. What do you think really resonates about adding that authenticity to the African part? I want Dr. Connie View to talk about that, because I know this was a very personal journey for you to do this film.
Thank you. Well, I first thought when John said about to play Rafiki, and I thought to myself, it happens in Africa. It's somewhere along the track of the wildebeest, millions moving from Kenya to Serengeti to Kruger National Park to Sodongwane down in the KZN. Therefore, it is an African story. And he was generous enough to allow me to be an African primate called Rafiki. And the wonderful thing about it is that we're almost the same age. We're both over 75. So we've both lived, we both walked through that forest, we both created those footpaths and intertwines where the little rabbits and the animals go through. And we've seen life, we've experienced life. But watching it last night, I kept praying, please God, not another scar in Africa. We've gone through terrible time. Let other people have scar, not us now. It's enough for us. So that for me was the kind of resonance and relevance in everything I do. I always try to find myself within what I do. And I felt last night like a kid for a very long time ago, to sit there and just be taken by the story and look at these animals. And I'm very grateful to you, John. It doesn't look like me. But he is like me, which is fantastic. And it's a story that I'm looking forward to our premiere in Johannesburg, where it will be full of all African people who are looking for something that is about them. We are sort of not at the level of entertainment that the Western world is. Everything we see on the play, in the screen, we read, we take serious. We take that it speaks to me. And so wonderful to see how the Johannesburg or South African audience would say, what does it say to me? What does it make me feel? Why am I celebrating it? Is it humanity? Is it us? Is it our dignity? Is it our future? And is it what we want to tell our children?